Welcome to another video, and the trick we're here to talk about is Brian McGlynn 360 flip in folklore. This is just a gap. It's over in Felony Flats, and what you do is you ride off of this concrete right here, and then you send it over the gap to a pretty rough landing, I would say. Crustier than I would like, a little uphill. Your runway is this really skinny slab of concrete. All right, so we are at some church downtown. It's not even skatable anymore. They put a fence here. But what we're here to talk about today is this rail right here. And it had caps on it when the trick that we're gonna talk about right now was done, and it was Andy Moore frontside board slide to fakie frontside half cab off the curb, like a kind of like pretzel thing. But yeah, front board to fakie on a knobbed rail with a sideways run up, and then to fakie half cab off the curb. So sick. And the next trick is at this spot right here. You ride along the windowsill and then hop over this. That's a pretty good drop down there. It stays consistent all the way through. But the trick we are here to talk about today is Elijah Curd nollie in double vision. So he actually told me that he didn't really like how his front foot came off, and I understand that, but I mean, the fact that he nollied this
count all the fingers and the toes. Now I suppose you hope the little
is absolutely insane. Like, it's so crazy that you did it. I love the clip. The run up is kind of squishy too, it looks like, and your landing is pretty solid as well. The next spot on the list, Alex Delgado nose picked from the top ropes on the fence into this bend. He did it first try. So crazy. Landing is rugged. And I'm 6'3", so that tells you how tall this thing is. All right, we're at the last spot of the day. And we're at the 5-mile double kink rail, and I have a surprise for everybody. I have the guy who did it right there. We got Austin Viz on the sesh. So,
what's up, people?
Yeah, we're gonna hear the story of that day. How did you first hear about this spot?
I think growing up in town, I kind of always knew about it. There was like a little skate park here with some prefab metal ramps. Was never really my stee, but there was kind of always a lure of somebody that would do this rail. And I want to say Alex Patterson was the first person to try. I think he died on it. I think he got pretty smoked, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I didn't even know he tried it.
I'm pretty sure he did, but I think he was the only one to ever try it, and that's probably how I actually heard about it, because I think it was maybe a couple years before I did it that like he tried it, which, man, he was probably like 15 or 16.
Oh yeah, I believe it. He really went for it back then.
Which is crazy. So I think that's kind of how I probably heard about it, was maybe just the lure of Spokane skating, having this like kink rail that nobody's ever hit, or at least like nobody's ever actually done it.
All right, cool. Yeah, and who brought you here?
I think, well, I was in a crew with Mike Miller, who was filming. We were filming for Double Vision at the time. And so I want to say I was either in the car with Mike, or I might have had my own car and drove myself here. I think I drove here because they had been skating earlier in the day. It was like Mike, Jordan Graham, maybe Justin Marco, and there was somebody else with us, but I can't remember who it was. And they were like skating, and I think I had some stuff to do in the morning, and so I think I drove up here and met them and was like, I'm gonna do the rail today, which is just ridiculous that I thought that.
I'm glad you were inspired that day and were able to make it happen. see, yeah, you answered my the next question. How was the battle? What was your thinking process as you were trying it?
I remember having like putting a lot of peer pressure on myself. I really looked up to Mike Miller, our filmer, and I didn't know him super well at that time, and so I didn't want to have everybody come up here and then me get scared and then just not do it. I thought that would just be like a whack move.
I mean, I did that to him plenty of times.
Yeah,
but...
it's definitely a really popular thing to do. It's like a couch climb, skating. You actually go to the spot and then you don't do it. So I think ultimately I just like put this pressure on myself and didn't want to make everybody go out of the way. And I was like, I just got to sack up and try it. And I don't know, I was probably trying it for like 15 minutes, kind of just going into the grass, probably not going through the kink. And then there was probably one that I like actually locked into and then was like, oh, I could actually do this. Kind of built my confidence up. And then pretty shortly after that, I made it to this donkey dick right here, and I thought I did it for sure, and it was like, wow, it was way too easy. And I like kind of landed primo, and I ate shit, and I was pissed. Dude.
Damn.
But then I knew, I was like, it's possible.
Yeah, you knew you could do it at that point. Yeah.
But I was like also really scared, and so I want to say maybe it was the next try or like pretty closely after that one that I almost did it. I stuck on the flat and fell to the bottom and got destroyed.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Like both hands, I cut both of my hands and I was pissed, dude. I used to freak out, and so I probably said the F word super loud. And then I don't really remember like trying it that many times after that. I don't know if I just had a lot of adrenaline and I just like went up and did it after that, or like maybe I tried it into the grass a couple times and then the next time that I like made it to the kink, I rode off. And it was kind of like, I don't even know, I kind of just, I don't even really remember. I just like blacked out and just did it.
Oh, one of those? Yeah.
It's normally how like any crazy thing I do, I don't really have the recollection.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the double tray on U-Haul and the 360 flip on the 5 block at Incini, the same thing for me.
Yeah, and so I think like, yeah, I was really stoked. I'm pretty sure I did a tray flip on flat.
Yeah, were you hyped or relieved when you landed it?
Both for sure. I really like was really scared. I didn't, honestly looking, it's not even like that big. It's just kind of aggressive, but it was scary for sure. So I was relieved, but also like really stoked because like I love pushing myself to like do something I wasn't sure if I could actually do it or not. And then you're like so hyped that it actually worked out. And so
hell yeah.
I do remember nobody could like give me a hug or like dap me up because both of my hands were like covered in blood.
Fucking A, dude.
I remember there was this lady that was parked somewhere up at the parking lot, and she had like disinfectant wipes and like band-aids and stuff, and she hooked me up and like I got cleaned up, and so it was kind of funny.
Yeah, that's pretty epic. How did you celebrate that night?
I don't know. I probably just got really baked. I never really like to celebrate by like drinking or anything. I kind of just like probably got baked, and I was probably just like really stoked.
Sounds like a great time.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really like was super into like celebrating, I guess, in that way. Like celebrate like the small win for the day, but it's also like for me when we were filming that project, I was just like I wanted to film this full part, and so it was like there was a battle won, but it's like we're still going to war for like the next 6 months trying to film this video, so it wasn't really like time to celebrate.
Yeah, I feel that. Hell yeah, bro.